Today we start building the soul of our platformer. Let's start with the audio environment. In the resources, you'll find the link to a phenomenal artist who made these tracks available. By now your asset store pros, so no excuses, import everything, and remember, keep it organized. If you haven't done so yet, let's create the audio folder. Notice that if you select the track in the inspector, you can press play and listen to it before using it. Handy, right? Now a new folder called Sprites, and here we load the graphic assets that I left for you in the resources. Yes, we have several objects, diamonds, gems, and so on. I'll choose this one, this diamond. You pick whichever one you prefer and bring it into the scene. But for my taste, the gem lacks character. Go to the inspector and modify the scale. I'll change it to 1.5. It needs to look like a treasure. Now let's give it superpowers. Let's create a new layer. And call it collectible. Let's assign it to the gem. Now let's also add a new component, Circle Collider 2D. Why the Circle Collider? The gem is round. Use the right component for the right shape. Don't be sloppy. Pay attention. Check the is trigger box. Why is trigger? Imagine the gem is a ghost. You can pass right through it, but it feels that you've touched it. If you don't enable is trigger, your player will crash into it as if it were a concrete wall. We want to collect it, not break our necks. Now let's also add physics, a Rouge body 2D. But watch out, set it to static. Why static? If you leave it on dynamic, the gem will drop as soon as you press play because of gravity. We want it to stay right there, in our game world, waiting for our heroine to grab it static. Basically means you have a physical body, but you don't move until I say so. Now let's go to the scripts folder and create a subfolder called Collectibles. Let's create a new script and rename it Gem. Now let's delete the update method here, we don't need it. Save memory. Let's use Visual Studio's intelligence. Type Terkergader 2D and there you go, it suggests it. Let it complete the work. Now let's create a check. We write if collision category is player. This means if the object that touched me has the player tag, then the magic happens. For now, let's add a destroy. Now let's test it. See, nothing happens. Why does nothing happen? Because you have to go to the player and assign the player tag in the inspector. Without the tag, the code is blind. But let's look at what happens now. It gets destroyed. Let's go into the script. We added destroy as an instruction, but I don't use destroy here. Many do it, but we are pros. If we destroy the object instantly, we also destroy its audio source, and the sound wouldn't play. Plus, constantly creating and destroying objects drains the computer's memory. Instead, we do this. Let's delete, destroy, and write our code. With these two lines, we are simply telling the gem to become invisible by turning off the sprite renderer and to no longer be touchable by disabling the collider. The gem stays in the scene but asleep. It's an optimization technique. Let's go back to Unity, and in the inspector we add an audio source component. What is it? It's the component that plays the sound. It's like a speaker mounted on an object. The gem, the player, the enemy, they all have sounds if we want. It depends on the developer. It plays audio files like WAV or MP3. Here are some parameters that we're going to use now. Here is play on awake. If active, the sound starts as soon as the game begins. For the gem, we keep it turned off because we only want it to play when touched. Then there's loop if the sound should repeat indefinitely. This is great for background music. Then there are many other functions, like spatial blend for 3D, etc. But we'll get to know them when we use them, right? Now we don't need them. Then we also have the audio listener. The audio listener is found on the main camera. Those are our ears. The audio listener is the component that receives the sound. Without it, the game is mute. Even if you have 1,000 audio sources playing music, where is it? It's on the camera. It's there by default, attached to the main camera. Golden rule, there can only be one. Be careful, don't add more than one. If you put two, Unity gets angry and will throw an error, or everything will sound messed up. Why is it important? It's what calculates the distance between the player's ear and the audio source to decide how much volume you hear. Let's drag the audio file into the gem inside the clip slot in the inspector. Let's open the script and add concomitant for the audio source and call play. Now, when you touch it, the gem disappears, but you'll hear that rewarding sound. That's how you create feedback for the player. Now, critical game design eye, let's fix the C. Follow me, copy and paste. Let's extend the objects and fill the gaps. Now let's press play and look at this beauty. Our scene is starting to come to life. It looks alive. And don't forget, in project settings, let's go here to physics 2D. Make sure the collectible layer only talks to the player layer, order and cleanliness in collision matrices. Now let's put the icing on the cake. Select the main camera object in the hierarchy, add an audio source, and choose the level music. However, I recommend turning down the volume a bit. You shouldn't stun anyone, it should accompany the action. This is the atmosphere I chose. Now, one last touch. Let's create a new folder. Drag the gem into the prefabs collectibles folder. Drag the gem inside the new folder. Now you have a perfect template. You can place the gem anywhere in your world with a simple click. Practice this, and I'll see you in the next lesson.